How you guys doing? This is Patrick Robertson back here at Momentous Building, and today we got a little troubleshooting thing. We got some corrective work going on. We installed a electric floor heat by Schluter about 2.5 months ago, and it was working perfectly fine for about 30 days, and then we got the phone call. The floor was working nice, heating up, going through all the different temperatures on the schedule. Got the phone call, hey Patrick, my floor is cold. It's not heating up. At this time, it's dead of winter up here in New York, so the external temperatures were getting down to the 40s and 30s at night. So that cold floor really made a difference, considering that this floor heat is the secondary heater in this room. So without it, it definitely makes the room a little bit colder. This is a bathroom, just as you guys know. So we came over here, we checked it out, and the floor, the thermostats in the floor, the sensors were reading 125 degrees. So obviously when you have your floor set at 75, 80, 85, it's never gonna kick on. So that floor was ice cold. And then so what we did, we had to contact Schluter, which is the manufacturer. They're a great company, great customer service. And going back through the phone calls we had to deal with through the holiday season, Christmas and the New Year's. And it took about 30 days. Finally, we had a tech come out here and he tested the floor. And we ran into this really interesting situation where the floor sensors, both of them, even though they were tested before they went in, even though they were working for 30 days, both the primary and the backup that were installed on the floor failed. Now, this is apparently a really uncommon case where I was talking to the tech. He said he heard someone out in Denver, he's heard someone over in Alabama, and these crazy different places where there's a few different sensors that have failed after, use in the future rather than just install. But hey, not a big deal, and I want to show you guys this whole experience today so that way you understand that these things happen, but they can also be fixed. And although the floor sensors are underneath the floor, they're in thin set, the tile has to be broken up to get them out, there is still a solution to these problems. And luckily, Schluter's a great company. They provided the wire, they're going to hook us up with the warranty, they're going to help us out. We're going to come over here and take care of this for the homeowner. After we found out that the floor sensors were bad, we're back here in about 5 business days with a tile setter to get it done. So we're moving fast, we're going to rip through this. And I hope you guys like and enjoy this journey, and just know that some of the things that happen in your home that might sound or seem like an emergency, that we're gonna rip up the whole floor in this big production, these things, there's always a solution. And when you have the right team on your side, they'll take care of it. It's a breeze. So let me show you what's got going on. All right, so we're here in the bathroom right now. The thermostat's over there by the exterior door. We're gonna show you, we're just kind of unpacking, getting things going right now, working through it. Our tile setter, our master tile setter, Felix, he's gonna take care of these 2 tiles, pop them out. We're gonna clean up some of the grout underneath, that thin set underneath, clean up the edges, install these new thermostats, and then put that new tile back on and grout it. Okay. Get going. Alright, so here's our conduit. We marked it out. Schluter company came in here. They marked all the thermostat wires out on the floor, so that way we can be safe and not hit them. And then we're going to break up this tile. We're going to remove this tile. Looks like we're going to have to move this base to snake it up. Bring the new wires up into the thermostat. Alright, so as you kind of saw, we're in the middle of it right now. He's popping out the floor tiles. We had to remove the wood base molding because where the wire comes out through the wall, we couldn't go underneath it, so we had to pop that off. We're popping off the 2 tiles right now. He started off by cutting the actual grout out of there, so that way when he pops the tile out, the tile comes out clean. We get a nice clean cut in the grout, and we can go back in there and repair the work and have it finished nice and smooth, nice and clean. No seams, no cracks. We're doing it the right way. Quite a bit of work and a process. We're taking care of it. Alright, as you can see, we are taking up the tile piece by piece by piece to make sure we don't damage the tile around it. It's a laborious process. We also have a floor heat underneath to make sure we don't damage that when we chip away the fence and all these different things. So it's being tactical on how we take up the tile to make sure that this repair, this warranty work doesn't create a larger issue that degrades the beautiful work that we already did. So it's been a process. We're chipping away with it inch by inch by inch. Alright, as you can see, we're really careful not to hit any of that Ditra Heat floor wire that's actually going to warm the floor. We went through this with a chisel and did it by hand, chipped out all that thin set. Now we're in a position where we can put that new thermostat wire in there, lay these new tiles down, have everything nice and perfect, restore it back to that original beautiful working condition. So let's get back onto phase 2 of this project, where we actually start putting things back together and making it beautiful, making it work awesome. Get after it.
I just did like almost 300 square feet of this. I hope I don't have a
Alright,
problem.
so right now we have the thermostat actually off the wall. Here's the thermostat wire. And as you're gonna see, that the old thermostat wires, I mean the new ones that are coming out, they're black with red on them. You guys can see that. And the older ones, which we had, which never had a problem, they made them for years, they're both black. So a little bit different, as you can see just looking at it. And so we got actually the old ones because we know the old models work. They've been working for 10 or 15 years. There's nothing wrong with them. Schluter just decided to go with the new manufacturing protocol. But we got these from the tech. They were tested before they were given to us. So that's what we're going to put in and really just take care of this. I'm going to snake it up through the wall right now. Move on to the next step. If you don't fill it out, you don't get the warranty. Alright, so we have the floor sensor wire in there for the thermostat. Put it in. It's all nice and clean. We actually already pre-cut the one piece of towel that we had to cut. The other one's a full piece, nice and easy to install. So we're thin setting right now. We're going to set this tile, going to get it installed and go from there. We're approaching the 2.5 hour mark. It's a lot of work. Really fine work to make sure we don't damage anything in the process. But going forward, we're going to, cap this off, clean it up, and really get this thing going. Okay, so right now we have the tile down. It is grouted. We just have to throw this base molding on and then actually make the final connection at the thermostat. Sadly, we're going to have to do some touch-up painting. We'll have to nail this base on, and then we're also going to have to wait until tomorrow to do two things. One, to actually turn the thermostat on, because the thinset has to dry fully before we start cooking the floor. Otherwise, it's going to cure improperly. We can do some damage with the floor heat and these different things that we certainly don't want. Secondly, we're going to have to let the grout completely dry. Now, we could come back at 4:30 today to do all that stuff, but we'll also have to do some touch-up painting, these other things. We're thinking about taking care of it tomorrow morning first thing, and that way that thinset's dry. We can program that thermostat, give it a full test to make sure everything is good. But as of right now, everything is going as planned. Time to show you guys what we got going on and finish this day up. Alright, so there's the finished product. As you can see, the grout's still a little bit wet, and that's why it's darker. We got to throw that piece of base molding back on, and then can make that final connection of the thermostat. But overall, nice seamless patch. Alright. So today we're done. We're clocking in just about 5 hours of work, and we tore up all that tile. We did the new thermostat wire. We put the baseboard back on, put the tile back in. We grouted the floor. We rewired the thermostat. It's all up and running. Sadly, we can't actually turn the thermostat on until the thinset is completely cured. But this is what we got going on today. Tomorrow we're going to come back, get rid of that grout haze that's left over, that after, happens when we grout the floor in. There always has to be that second wash. So we're going to do that second wash tomorrow. We're going to do the touch-up painting after we had to put the baseboard on. And there, it's going to be good to go. So by tomorrow morning, we're all set. Let's see what we got going on right here. Alright, so as you can see, the floor looks nice and blended, married in. So got some touch-up painting need to get done on that baseboard, but it's good for today. And then the thermostat is back and installed. All the wires are in. Tomorrow, that puts us at having us to do tomorrow is all we need to do. Boot up the system, get this thing rocking and rolling. So that's a floor fix. We'll do a one last shot tomorrow, but basically, when things seem really bad and it can get chaos, there's always a fix. We took care of it. These things happen. This is a very rare case, but it can be fixed. It can be done. And as long as you got the right team on your side, take care of it. All right, so we're back here. Second day here. We just had to do some cleanup, some touch-up painting on that base molding. We also had to wait to test the floor before the after the thinset dried, because we can't turn on the floor heat with the wet thinset. So 24 hours later, we're here. Thinset's fully dried, cured. We actually took care of the base molding, touch-up painting already. We cleaned off the grout haze after we grouted yesterday. So now it's all really good to go. We turned the floor heat on before we started painting, so it's been on for about 30-40 minutes. And it is working awesome. The floor rose up about 8 or 9 degrees right now. It feels like it's 72 degrees, like the floor actually is calling it out, and it is getting warmer. So the thermostat sensor wires that we put in yesterday was a success. Everything is working wonderful. And I just want to cap this video off by showing you guys what we got going on, and then also a final message. So let me show you that right now. Alright, so we got that new tile that we replaced right here. We placed this tile right here. We had to take off this base molding. We did the touch-up painting on that after we installed it, and as you can see, everything is back to normal, working perfectly. You can't tell like it ever happened. And the thermostat still heating up, so I put it at 80 just to test it, but as you can see, it's 72 degrees. It's calling out that it's 72 degrees up here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. And yeah, so we saw that thermostat's reading 72 degrees, which is awesome. Some of the funky readings we were getting before that, it was saying the sensors were saying the floor was 124, so the floor was never clicking on to heat up, so the floor was cold. Another time we came in here, it said the floor was 43 degrees, so the floor was like 100 because it was trying to get it back up to that 70 degrees that it was supposed to be at. And so that's kind of it. We were able to fix the situation, and I want to just kind of bring this all full circle. Is that we were able to get this done, this repair work, this warranty work, within 24 hours of a job, cleaning it up, making a really simple, easy process, not destroying anyone's life in doing it, making it difficult. And some of these things happen, right? Products fail, manufacturing defects. This is an international company, so 1 out of every 100,000 wires, maybe they fail. It happens. But when this does happen, the most important thing is you're working with a contractor that is going to show back up to take care of the job, and a contractor that cares enough to do a detailed work, careful work, so that way we're not ripping up the whole floor, which is not something you have to do. So have confidence in your contractor, make sure you can trust them, but also know when things happen on the job site, they can all be corrected. All of this stuff can be fixed, and it doesn't have to be throwing everything out and restarting fresh. There's a lot of things we can do to patch and match and marry things up to make them look wonderful. In this case right here, right now you can't even see it. So I'm going to finish up this message saying that that's what our experience was with this failed floor heat. It happens from time to time. This is the first for us. Apparently this is a really rare case, but luckily the good guys at Schluter helped us out. Our tile setters helped us out. We really managed this process well, and we're back up and running. This bathroom is now 100% completed, and we're super excited to finally transfer this over to the homeowner. She's been enjoying parts of it, but now she gets to get the full experience with a heated floor. This is Patrick Roberts, and I'm Momentous Building. I hope you guys like, share, subscribe, check out some of our other YouTube videos. Hoping you're finding some value. Again, comment if you have any questions or you want to see something more, you got some more insight. We look forward to connecting with you guys, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.